Everyone needs a habitat, a secure place where we can raise our families and have access to life's basic needs: food, water, shelter, space, and all in a suitable arrangement. Wildlife, too, needs habitat. As we encroach into once pristine natural habitat, we often inadvertently displace native wildlife, which now finds their basic needs disrupted or gone altogether. All residents of Arizona interact with wildlife directly and indirectly. Whether we live in urban areas with acres of concrete and asphalt, or in rural communities, we each have opportunities to impact the habitat in ways that are both beneficial and detrimental to wildlife. What lives in your backyard? How can you encourage native wildlife species to visit, or even to restore permanent residency?
And what am I opening up here?
Ladybug!
The answer may be simpler than you imagine, and one we can learn from many Arizona kids. Elementary and secondary school students throughout our state have already learned how to bring back the wild into their schoolyards. Over 90 schools across Arizona have successfully created or restored native habitat on their school grounds through Heritage Schoolyard grants.
Let's go inside the habitat.
Projects range from simple trail building and replacing exotic plants with native species to construction of small ponds or wetlands that can become refugia for native fish species.
Did you find a top middle yet?
Some are small, less than 500 square feet, while others may encompass several acres. Some are in rural areas, but many are found within urban areas. All have two things in common. They provide a safe haven for native wildlife.
This is fleabane.
And they provide hands-on learning opportunities for students.
We grew butterflies in our classroom and we let them go out here.
In the building, you can't spend time with nature, but out here you can feel the plants and look at them and draw them and stuff.
You get to see a lot of animals and they're cool and stuff.
All the flowers, because all of them are pretty.
Perhaps most important of all, students themselves work in the research, design, and development of most project sites.
I've dug down in the ground and put stones in.
Those plants right over there. Miss Bay, myself, and Miss McCarty, on a Saturday, we planted them.
You really bond going out there and sweating and working and planting and seeing the difference that you can create.
Being out here with the teachers and having to do work besides schoolwork. It's practically schoolwork, except it's better.
It's better than being inside because you can actually breathe.
Here's a hedgehog cactus.
This immersion into a schoolyard habitat design teaches students critical thinking skills, develops a sense of stewardship, and provides lessons in personal and group responsibility.
It's really fun, especially as a class. We really like coming out here. Some kids kind of mess up things, but it's okay because we always get it fixed.
Miss Cunningham lets us help out, and we dug the stones and we put them in the ground. I gotta bury stones and I gotta smooth out the gravel.
There was a big storm and some trash flew into the pond. We got to clean it up.
It's very comfortable knowing that I've cleaned it up very well so I can enjoy it more.
It's fun to be more responsible for everything. So when we grow up, we don't just depend on someone else to clean up our things.
It gives me time to work with nature, have nature as my friend.
Wildlife and education, what a great team. We've known instinctively that the environment can provide some outstanding teachable moments. Now, with the recent publication of a major national study entitled Closing the Achievement Gap by Dr. Gerald Lieberman and others, we actually have documented proof that students exposed to their immediate environments as a setting for their classroom studies score higher on standardized achievement tests.
This definitely brings out all different learning styles in the children.
This is a wild sunflower.
You see things, you study them, you start to have quizzes about them, and it's fun to study about them.
Moreover, student discipline problems virtually cease to exist as students take more ownership for their learning and academic progress.
I've noticed that they keep the boundaries and parameters, that they respect them, where they might kind of push a boundary in the classroom, but out here they're so willing to stand back because they don't want to hurt the environment.
The majority of kids that come into my class don't like science, but when we go out to the habitat and study the desert plants, and then we take it further and we go to the Grand Canyon, and then try to apply the knowledge that they learn, they get excited. They get excited and they can't wait to have Habitat Work Day.
For some students, this may be the first time in their lives that they begin to see how all their school disciplines are interrelated.
Well, I've learned that you can have fun even if you don't know if it's going to be fun.
I like fish a lot. I like to fish, and it's just been a good experience.
You get to be free out here.
And we do have some Cirrus here. And
for most, their attitude toward learning and toward school takes a quantum leap upward.
Oh, it's great. It's particularly for special education students. They love doing hands-on projects and things that they can manipulate and look at and be outdoors. And so I use this habitat a lot with my students.
The idea of EIC, or the environment as an integrating context, is not new.
71.
Heritage schoolyard projects have been in place for the past 10 years. To be successful, a project needs a little bit of money, a lot of leadership, and the coordinated involvement of many students and parents.
It's really a group effort, and it's something that the children are very proud of.
With the right combination of enthusiasm, dedication, and commitment, an exciting new habitat and an opportunity for enhancing student creativity and learning can be created.